Hari Om. My salutation to Pujya Swami Chidrupanand Ji, Chinmaya Mission Noida, respected Dr. Krishna Gupta Madam, Shri Ravindra Gupta, Madam Rekha Baid, Shri Yashuvardhan, Shri Surendra Dwivedi Ji, fellow principals of Patanjali Group of Schools, Mrs. Shushmita Kanungo, Mrs. Alpana De, Headmistress Mrs. Vibha Srivastava, and all the educators who have joined us and are participating in today's program. I, Nityanand Singh of Patanjali Rishikul, welcome you all to this awakening talk on spiritual lessons for attunement to the new normal, inspiring students towards excellence by our beloved and most revered Swami Chidrupanand Ji. Our heartfelt thanks to you, Swamiji, for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to deliver today's talk and interact with us. Swamiji will take a few questions from the participants after his talk. So at the end, the participants can directly ask their questions or they may post their questions in the chat box. And now we shall begin the program with an invocation, and I request Mrs. Shikha Gupta and Ms. Ashwarya of Patanjali Rishikul to chant the invocation.
सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः
Swamiji, you are so close and familiar to us that you hardly need any introduction. Over the years, you have made all of us empowered by your numerous talks, discourses, interactive sessions, and dialogues on different dimensions of spirituality, education, leadership, life, and living. However, I would like to share a brief profile of Swamiji. Swamiji is presently serving Chinmaya Mission Noida. For more than 20 years, he worked in different roles at national level in the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, such as Secretary General and Director, North Zone of All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. Since his childhood days, he has been blessed by the grace of Puji Gurudev, Swami Chinmayanand Ji. He graduated himself in science with maths, physics, and chemistry as his subjects. The inner urge for self-realization made him to join Sandeepani Sadhanalaya, Mumbai, with blessings of Gurudev. He was initiated into sannyasa by Swami Tejomayanand Ji, present head of Chinmaya Mission. Apart from various camps and workshops organized by Swamiji for the youth at different Chinmaya Mission centers, he has also delivered many life-transforming talks for professionals from different universities, colleges, schools, and multinational companies all over India. His special series of talks on Beyond Teaching for the teachers has been drawing good number of participation from different schools of Noida region. Similarly, the series for the youth under the title Power Series and Launchpad have been organized in the Noida region regularly. Swamiji's dynamic teachings and approach to life have inspired many and turned the Noida Center into a vibrant hub of spiritual activity. Swamiji has delivered over 300 plus series of talks on Mahabharata and more than 600 talks on Bhagavad Gita and various Upanishads and other spiritual subjects. Be it any subject, Swamiji's powerful and enlightening dialogues, full of knowledge and wisdom, a great sense of humor and wit, have always held the listeners spellbound and has left an everlasting impact on their hearts and minds. He has transformed many lives by raising the level of consciousness through his enlightening talks, vibrant interactions, and spiritual guidance. Now, I request respected Dr. Krishna Gupta Madam, a great visionary, educationist, and a founding member of Patanjali Group of Schools, to welcome Swamiji. Ma'am.
Hari Om Swamiji. Deep salutations and our reverence at your holy feet. Patanjali Group of Schools, all our teachers, all of us, will always be grateful to you for guiding and inspiring us. We always look forward empowering and inspiring talks. In fact, you initiated our teachers into the learning of this wonderful universal text, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And you'll be happy to know, Swamiji, that our teachers are now enthusiastically participating every Saturday in the Gita class. They are trying to study the Gita now. It's all because of your inspiration, because the first precious lessons about this text were learned from you. Now, we all know that we are passing through very, very difficult times because COVID-19, which has been raging havoc since early 2020, is still not over. Our students, our children are still locked up in their homes, and our teachers are connecting with them online. Our teachers are working very hard, trying to adapt themselves to the challenging situations. They are trying to learn the new normal. Now, fear and anxiety, stress, they are all gripping everybody. But as teachers, we owe a special responsibility. We have to be optimistic. We have to face the challenges courageously. We owe a special responsibility to our students because we have to take care of their emotional health. We have to inspire them, encourage them. We have to teach them how to overcome their loneliness and to face the challenges courageously. We have to win the trust of the parents, their trust as well as their cooperation. There is a paradigm shift in the field of education. We are moving away from, classroom learning to virtual learning, from teacher-centric to learner-centric education, and the learner has to become an active participant, and we have to teach the children the art of self-learning. This is very important. Now, we have to recharge ourselves with the spiritual energy in order to become effective and inspiring teachers. We have to learn to unlock the potential, the creativity, the divinity which lies deep within us. And this can be possible only through the guidance of spiritual masters. Now, I welcome you, Swamiji, and we really look forward to learning the spiritual lessons from you so that we are able to attune ourselves to the new normal and we are able to inspire our students towards excellence. And I welcome you again, and I look forward, we all in fact look forward to your most inspiring talk. Hari Om.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. We know that the entire teaching community is going through an unprecedented challenging situation of nurturing the academics and human growth of students due to the ongoing pandemic. Whether it's effective ways of online teaching learning process, holistic development of students, a comprehensive online evaluation, a reopening of schools, blended learning approach, or communicating with parents. Teachers have been facing these challenges, and to cope with these challenges, they are making efforts not only to adopt new skills, methods, and competences, but also to build foundation of resilience and positivity among students to face such challenges in the future. Yet there is a tremendous window of opportunity to rethink, explore, and learn many new methods and approaches to attune to this new normal. And today we are blessed to have with us Swami Chidrupanandji, and I take pleasure of inviting him to empower us with the spiritual lessons to face the present challenges and inspire students towards excellence. Over to you, Swamiji.
Hari Om, everyone. Though I cannot see all of you, please smile for yourself. But I'm seeing some of you not smiling even today, even now. I can take their names also. Be careful, huh? But it won't look nice. So kindly smile. Even now they are not smiling because I'm seeing all of you. Okay, my dear. Right. Now, the topic which was given to me, पहला सुनते ही डरना मत भैया आप सब लोग, क्योंकि spiritual lessons for attunement to the new normal, inspiring student towards excellence is a huge topic. मैं बड़ा heading देख के मुझे भी डर गया कि ये कौन बोलने वाला कौन है, नीचे देखा मेरा ही नाम था, लेकिन तब मेरे पता चला कि oh I have to speak on this topic करके. So anyway, now relax. If you are interested, couple of minutes we will meditate. It will be very powerful. And I can't explain to you how we are all connected now, but we are all connected. So just couple of minutes we will take. Close your eyes, everyone, sit straight. Please follow the just instructions only. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to me and do what I say. And I will also do what I am telling you all. Bring your attention to the breath. And inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale slowly and deeply. Do it for a couple of times. Focus your attention only on breathing. Forget about all your anxieties. Tell your mind that you will attend to all of them later. Just focus only on your breath. Just observe. Try to bring a rhythm to it. By observing, the rhythm takes place on its own. You don't have to do anything except being aware of breath. Now visualize all those in your own circles. In your own circles, pray for all those families. If there is anybody suffered any kind of loss, death of near and dear ones in their own families, or in your extended families, among friend circle, relatives, just pray for them. Let them all be happy now, become peaceful, and let them accept the challenges that they had to face. When accepted, their mind becomes calm and quiet. So let them get the capacity to accept the loss that they had experienced, they are experiencing, in their lives. Just pray for them. Bring them their pictures in your mind. Just tell them mentally, all will be fine. God will take care of you all. God will give you all the strength. So heart to heart, you talk to them mentally and give them energy. Please do it. It is very important. If you are done with it, now another thought, very important, bring the Indian map in front of you. Mentally, close your eyes only. Imagine the India map in front of you. And just say, extend your compassion, love, and heartful wishes for all people suffering. Send them waves of compassion, courage, kindness, etc. from your heart. No matter what religion you belong to, but just show all the people compassion. You can, in fact, move the palm, your hand, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Goa or Mumbai, western side to the northeastern states. Touch the India map and feel that, you are energizing with your good wish. Good sankalp, you are divine. Your potential is infinite. You can do it. And it will be very powerful. Let all families come back to normal. Let everyone be happy now. In spite of losses, let their lives continue. Thank now all doctors, medical communities, all other forces who have been working hard during this pandemic, saving lives, laborers, many people, teachers, students, tiny babies and kids also suffering. Let all of them be happy and peaceful in spite of situations around. And let the Lord show them all way out of their problems. Then they can be happy. If you are done with it, bring the globe in front of you now. The planet Earth is going through a turmoil. Environmental hazards, deforestation, air and water pollution, overpopulation, air pollution, global temperatures are rising, conflicts, wars. This earth is now going through a turmoil. Let us all pray. You pray to your own God of any name and form. But God alone created this earth. appeal to him and commit that we should change, we will change. We will do our best to protect the planet, to protect the environment. And pray that all humanity should become sensitive to the requirements of the Mother Earth. With that sensitivity roused, everything will become normal. Now we are insensitive. We think that Earth is only for my joy. We don't think about future generations. We are not thinking about the planet itself. Animal kingdom is suffering. Plant kingdom is suffering. That is a human contribution. And humans also are suffering. So let all the citizens of the globe become sensitive. Let them become noble. Let them tread the path of righteousness. Let there be peace and prosperity in every house on the globe. Let the nature be happy with the presence of mankind on earth. Hold these thoughts for a couple of moments. If you wish, you can do one Bhu Parikrama. Go around the globe and touch the Mother Earth with all love. And feel her presence. Feel her pain. And with a positive note, commit to Mother Earth that we will do our best as long as we are living, upholding the values. Now, if you're done with it, slowly open your eyes. You can rub your eyes with the palms. Just clean your home. Thank you all for participating today with me. And you don't know how much good work you have done today, now, in this meditation. But you have done your contribution. You have joined in a beautiful prayer. Thank you. I'm sharing my screen now with all of you. You are able to see the screen? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Hari Om. Okay, friends. Simple thing is, don't worry about the big topic and all. That is too scary. Just relax. You know, I am not going to tell you anything new. You all are doing, you all know, you all got more knowledge now because yours is directly involving, interacting with parents and students of different temperaments, and you all have become experienced in handling them. So I'm not going to give you anything new. Every point that you already know. It is not a spiritual text where something new is coming for you to listen. Having said this, we will go through this thought flow. Sometimes it may trigger some new understanding in us. Okay. First of all of us are filled with cluster of emotions. which we are going through. You know, I don't want to list the emotions that we are going through, all negative emotions. And positive is there. Not that 100% negative, we cannot live also. We are positive. But majority, mostly, you know, even though when positive thought comes, the negative thought comes and overpowers it. That's the problem. So, this one thing is we are all filled with different kinds of emotions. Now, all of us have these thoughts, feelings, and actions. What do you mean by that? Thoughts in the buddhi, in the intellect, feelings in the mind, bhavana, actions at the physical level, that which is, we all do it. So now, remember friends, how lucky we are. We got a thinking intellect and also a feeling heart. You know, feeling heart is given to even animal kingdom, even trees also, plant kingdom also have sensitivity to respond to our love. Animals also respond. But buddhi is exclusive, a special gift only to humanity, human being, that which already you know. Purpose is to discriminate. And another thing is, what is happening to us is mostly our actions, reactions, and our emotions, unpredictable they are. Why? The world is changing. When world is changing, my perceptions are changing. My understanding is changing. Therefore, my reactions are changing. My thoughts are changing. My notions, my ideas, my feelings. It's a constant, like, you know, it's something broth boiling broth. Continuously. And all three we have. But the question is, disintegration is happening, already happened. Why? Because there is no synchronization between the thoughts, actions, and feelings. What we think, we may not say that. What we say, we may not do it. It is said in Shastras, with 12 years, if we can bring, any individual brings an integrity between thoughts, feelings, and actions, he will be transformed and he will realize higher states of consciousness. But now disintegration is there. It is normal. It's natural. I'm not blaming anyone because we are at that level only. Suppose the example I'm giving. So don't mistake me. Suppose, you know, you people called me and said you must have a session for Patanjali, the institutions, etc., preachers, etc. About 1 month back, 40 days back, or 1 month back. So I gave July 3rd date. Suppose I accepted, oh, thank you for invitation, very good, nice and all. Orally I tell. Suppose internally, mentally, I'm feeling, why another talk in my life? I'm fed up with the talks now. Why so much of work is coming to me? That means what? There's no synchronization between what I spoke to you and what I'm feeling inside. Similarly, from your side, it can happen. It can happen. But you may say, yeah, we are ready to listen to Swamiji. But sometimes again, they may say that, you know, bahut ho gaya hai, bahut ho gaya, bahut ho gaya. Every now and then some speaker comes and bangs us. And we have to bang children also. So mutual banging is a great suffering. Already there is a banging going on in every house. That means what is happening? I'm not blaming anyone, but this is the turmoil that which we are all going through. We are unable to handle this. Therefore, what is required is, if you are able to integrate all the three through spiritual, that glue, that which holds all the three in one straight line. That subject is called spirituality. If you don't like spirituality word, I'm redefining it. That which helps us in integration. That is spirituality. Okay. Now let's see. 4 core skills are required for everybody and always. Very interesting. Core skills, whether you are a teacher or a Swami or an engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant or a software engineer or a politician, anybody, anyone, any, in English we say Tom, Dick and Harry, anybody. What are the first? With respect to self, there are 2 skills required. Very important. One is self-awareness. Okay. Observe your thoughts. Are you aware of yourself? What kind of mind it is? What kind of emotions are running through it? What kind of thoughts that we are getting it? Are we aware of it 24/7? Friends, I don't know whether I told you or not. In one of the things, I don't know. There is a research paper which says every human being minimum they give self-talks, talking to themselves, self-thoughts, talking to themselves internally. How many self-talks on an average? 50,000 self-talks per day. It's proved. 50,000 self-talks per day. Suppose, some phone call came, abhi kyun kiya? Pata nahi, kya hoga? Mentally, we keep on talking. So be aware of what exactly is happening to your moods, your thoughts, your ideas. Be aware, be very attentive, alive, bring liveness to every moment of your life. Second thing is, then only you can manage. Then only you can manage. Then you can know, okay, this mood is coming now. This mood is coming. This mood is going out. This thought is coming. This thought is going out. These thoughts are waiting. Like, Zoom, they wait for admit. Some negative thoughts and positive thoughts also waiting outside to get admission. Sometimes we admit all negative thoughts at once. We admit all. All will be admitted. So how do you manage yourself, your life, your day, your thoughts? My dear, please remember, don't treat me as an obligatory speaker today. Anytime, any day, I'm not an obligatory speaker. And I'm also not treating you all as an obligatory students or, listeners. Don't be an obligation. With all my love, I'm asking. Be aware so that you can manage your life better. And another skill with respect to society. I cannot say I am not living in a society. Morning till evening, I have to interact with people. So what is required? Social awareness. What is happening in the country? For example, my dear friends, in the meditation, what did we do? We expanded our awareness first to your own circle, known circles. I hope you have done it. We extended your love and energy to the mind. Then we extended to the country. We have really touched the entire length and breadth of the country. We prayed to God. We prayed for everyone. Then we went to move to earth, earthly beings. And then lastly, we invoked the being who is holding the earth as her physical body, the Mother Earth. So how much awareness we have expended now. Not that, my problem alone. You have a problem. Somebody, we are all teachers struggling now in our school. I said, don't say in our school. In every school, it's happening same thing. No school is special now in going through a problem. We cannot say, like we cannot say all our Swamis are suffering because, there's no audience, but then thinking that the audience are sitting, we have to speak only through like Zoom, etc., and we are also getting busier. Why all our Swamis, everybody is suffering. Suffering in the sense, some kind of difficulties are going through, difficult phase. So you are not special in it. I am not special in it. Second thing is relationship management. How do we manage our relationships? Like in your case, with your own husbands or wife at home, or the, children, in the school with children, co-teachers, the principal and secretary of the school, then relatives, friend circle, apartment in the society where you are living, so that society. And we have to manage life. So this is also very essential to know how much we are in good relationships with people around. So relationship management. These are the 4 core skills required. Okay. Unmissable points. Which are they? What are they? Please realize, remember, for every problem, whether it is a physical level, mental level, the solution, lasting solution, is only available in spirituality. Whether you agree or not, no IQ, no EQ, only SQ, spiritual quotient. You bring that factor into the globe, train children, youth, everybody, right from childhood, right from as soon as the baby is born, something, spiritual sense organs through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, all divinize the child with value system. There won't be any problem in the world. Why corruption? Lack of spiritual thinking. Why rape, arson, murder, dacoity, dishonesty? Lack of spiritual thinking. Why greed? Lack of spiritual thinking. Think about it. And therefore, we have to learn this approach. Somebody has to teach us. We should learn. Our parents were far more spiritual than the today's parents, what we are seeing today. They don't know anything about it, neither culture, nor country, nor spirituality, nor spiritual thinking, nor decency, nor dignity. Most of them, majority of them. They don't know how to raise the children. So they need a counselor, they need a coach. When we were studying in the school and all, there was no school counselors and all. Every teacher is a counselor, mother is a counselor, father is a counselor. Today, and we don't have that kind of complications, in those days, what people are facing today. I don't want to get into that now. And all these problems, where an entire, garbage bin, everything pressure, like pressure cooker, everything puts on the mind only. Only one thing, everything, anything, anywhere happening, what is impacted? Mind. Mind is bombarded with a lot of dents are created. No, Earth was bombarded with so many, in the space. All those things are bombarded. So teachers must prepare now every day, which you know already. So what you should do is meditate to increase your patience. Don't ask me, I don't know, losing my patience, my BP बढ़ रही है, I am losing patience, I don't know how to handle, I don't know how long this continue. Extra work now, homework is extra, class work is extra, and then we have to understand. Sometimes we have to send the notes, and the technical issues are, all the problems are. But to have patience, you must meditate 10 minutes a day. Prepare the mind for the day. But we don't have that calmness. आज भी स्कूल कंडक्ट करना है, ऑनलाइन कंडक्ट करना है, ये वो करना है, वो करना है, ये करना है. बच्चे सुनते नहीं, वीडियो ऑन नहीं करते, जवाब नहीं देते, ये करते. So many problems, not one. And do pranayama and minimum exercises every day, and read good books at least for 15 minutes. You must set out at least 45 minutes a day. पर भैया तो आपकी अपनी गाड़ी के लिए करना भैया इंक्लूडिंग मैया ऑल्सो, अपनी गाड़ी के लिए करना पड़ेगा. गाड़ी को ठीक रखना है तो करना ही पड़ेगा. भैया गाड़ी ठीक रखोगे तब जा सकते हैं ना सफर में. जितना दूर जाना है जाओ, गाड़ी ठीक नहीं तो कहां जाएंगे? अटक जाएगा रोड पे कहीं ना कहीं. एंड इसके लिए ना मेंटेन टाइम टेबल as much as possible. Bring it. Okay, 15 minutes range you can keep. Suppose I get up at 4, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Okay, 4:15, 4 o'clock, 4:15 maximum. Within that, I will get up. Not that between 4 and 6 I will get up. That's stupidity it is. And physical health, very important. Through meditation and all that, don't take up anything. First of all, my dear, please understand, any news that you hear, it flares up. It's a in the mind, if just something, you put some extra in the gas stove, to put some extra petrol. Little bit petrol, 1 spoon petrol. It won't burn the house, 1 spoon only. It may catch fire, but here and there. You see the flares up, the fire flares up. So anything we listen, including Swami talk, it may flare up, the reaction. So I said in the meditation today, compassion. Look, everybody is going through suffering, psychologically stressed. Hello, my dear, for the past 1.5 years or so, every corporate sector I am talking to, everybody says mental health problem. Swamiji, mental health is a problem. Please talk to the address. So many organizations, mental health, please address. I used to think joke also. We are addressing mental health, I should not become mental. I should not become sick. So compassion. If you cultivate the greater degree of compassion, everybody, every child is going through. Have that compassion. That's it. That compassionate heart is enough. For everybody, everywhere, you cannot do anything, but just compassion is required. It's energy. You release a positive energy in society and the world. Now, another important homework is you have to gather material. Required. I don't want to tell you what all material required because you are all experts. How do you make a short video clipping should maybe ready, maybe this one ready, maybe that you can keep it ready, or this. But whatever you keep, you must keep gathering it. So that's the introduction I gave you. What are the problems faced by students? Which you all know. You all know actually. You know better than me. But I will tell you only certain things, which you already know. I'm again and again telling you. You know that no social movements and lacking social skills. Because social movements are not there, Even a 2-year-old baby, what a durbhagya sthiti it is. They are not exposed to nature at all. Since 2 years, the babies who are born, their parents can't go and take them. There is no fresh air, no park, no garden. For high years, no sun, no birds flying, and chirping birds on the trees. And the interesting hen or the cock or whatever it is just going, or some kind of a lizard going somewhere. The beauty of nature, observing that curiosity in the babies, not all gone. Gone means never created for them. Or taking them to zoological park, seeing them animals, it's a beauty. The energy is created in that. Freshness is brought into the child. They are also suffering. And elders are suffering. अरे पार्टी नहीं हो रहा है, होटल में नहीं जा रहे हैं, मूवी नहीं जा पा रहे हैं, मॉल नहीं जा पा रहे हैं, शॉप खुला शॉपिंग में नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. Their worry is only this kind of things. And children can't even tell them. Even the school children I'm talking about. Not the grown-up ones, children, little ones. They don't know what the hell is happening around. And no interaction with the energies of the class, the students and teachers in between students and teachers. So class students and teachers, between the class students and teachers, no interaction. If you can look, it's a confluence of energies take place. When your presence, for example, you are all sitting away. So there's no aura, there's no energies. No, mentally that's why mentally we are connected today. So mental level energies are flowing, not at the pranamaya sharira to pranamaya sharira. Vital body to vital body contact. The energies are not flowing. And that is the one reason why, teachers are stressed and students also are stressed. It is a problem. And some are emotionally disturbed due to loss of near and dear ones. That's why we prayed for them. Students also. But some children became orphans. No mother, no father, children became orphans. They are living in some other aunt's house or somewhere. Government is providing some kind of support for them. And some children have asked me, my close friend died, my close friend fathers died. They are also, tremendous pressure is there on them. No football, no tennis ball, no tennis court play, and no running around, no drill, physical drill. Saudhan, march fast, run, daudo, baito, कुछ भी नहीं है. All the news is only either he died, other wo died, usko oxygen nahi mila, isko oxygen nahi mila, and more you are getting disturbed. It may be fact, but all facts need not be reported. That kind of sense we don't have. All facts need not be reported to everybody. So many things need not be known to public. Mother and child died in the hospital in Australia because of COVID. What is the news? It is useless news. We are emotionally disturbed. And one more. They are not inspired to study online. They want खुला लड़ना चाहते हैं बच्चों से, स्टूडेंट से, टीचर से, मस्ती करना चाहते हैं, जंप करना चाहते हैं. आप लोग कंप्यूटर में बिठा के lack of inspiration. Lot of people are not inspired to study. Fear of insecurity. They are also now, see the students, There so many students are disappointed because we are the very good study. We are very good students. We study. We expected 100%, but government formula kuch nikala 30%, 20%, 50% करके. They are all depressed. Bhaiya, by mistake, I did not fare well in 10th and 12th or whatever it is, earlier classes. Now, you know, I have 11th class, I did not fail. But 12th, you know, I'm really putting my efforts. So now they say that mix 10th class also, 11th class marks also, get an average for 12th. And they are depressed. Some people are depressed. Some who want to really fare well in 12th and progress. And the best students also. भैया मैं गलती से ठीक से नहीं पढ़ा 10th में, my marks were less, but I सुधर गया हूँ अभी. क्या होगा, क्या होगा, क्या होगा? Another insecurity. Various types of insecurities are there. Inexplicable stress. You know, this is another problem. They can't express. Some children, some girls, some boys who are sensitive people, they can't express also. Some are exploded also. They become mad. Mad means not permanent mad. Sometimes cranky behavior. Unpredictable. I hope you are with me all. Please understand, this is what their state is. Now, suppose a teacher says, don't hit, behave properly. You know how much stress I am going through. You know how much struggle I am going through to teach you all through online. How much work is required. Don't you know that? Why don't you attend? Suppose, you know, you say that kind of the thoughts. You may not say verbally. So who should be more mature, teacher or the student? Teacher. At times they become violent also. Some cases are there. They become violent. And moreover, technical and non-technical problem, which you already know. Some in the beginning. Nowadays, I hope some things are streamlined. But there are some poor families still. Non-availability of gadgets, connectivity issues even today. They say that no, we cannot on video because the connection is poor, only audio chalega. Then teacher doubts whether really telling her and this fellow otherwise, you know, ऐसे मस्ती मारने के लिए ऐसे बोल रहे हैं क्या avoid करने के लिए. You cannot prove it. Some may be true, some may be ingenuine there in his communication. And computer के सामने बैठ के आंख भी खराब हो रहा है. Imagine every day 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever time they have to sit before. Then afterwards homework करना है, फिर class work करना है, notes बनाना है, सब computer में हो रहा है आजकल. Upload, download. And of course, another problem, some houses, no separate room. More children are at home, then more problems. Non-conducive atmosphere at home. Online assessments are there, unable to grasp how their teacher is assessing, what is the kind of thing. So tips to handle. I'm not going to give special anything. Very simple things which you already know. Now, this is one sadhana I want to give you. Just before the class, it may take 5 seconds. You may spend 10 seconds. Feel that your mind is connected to all students. Mentally visualize them. You know their students. You know their names also. So you can see the gallery view. So just mentally tune with them. They simply 10 seconds. Feel that you are connected. And sync your mind with their mind, total mind. This is sadhana I'm giving you. It's a feeling only. It's the first feeling, and feeling is real because, I'll give you one ancient, very important. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Whichever thought and direction you release the thought, उसके पीछे पीछे बहुत सारा एनर्जी रिलीज होता है उस दिशा में. So 10 times you say that, one particular thought, more energy is going in the behind the thought, in the direction. If you do this, they may not know, but definitely every day you do this practice, you will find amazing control over them. Sitting in your own house, control them means not a negative sense I'm talking. You can regulate them. You can discipline them not by saying be disciplined, be disciplined. No need. And you can make them understand better. So sweet tone in communication. Need of the hour is 1 second. Yeah. So straight tone in communication. I know it's a challenging. It's not easy for teachers. But no other way. Actually, we are all pushed into this kind of situation. By destiny, by our human foolishness. And heart-to-heart communication. Tone and communication from heart to heart. I'll guarantee you all, please listen to me. If you practice this, you will not feel stressed during teaching. You feel the entire 35-40 minutes class is just like that, smoothly goes. Or half an hour class very smoothly goes. So exchange presenters for a half minute, of course, with a smiling face in the beginning of the class only. So I can crack a joke, you can smile. Something. Two words I'll confuse you. You think about it. Don't be formerly, what do you call that? Not formerly, sorry. Formally informal. Don't be formally informal, but be informally formal. ये क्या है स्वामी जी आपने कंफ्यूज कर दिया. आप सोचिए ये होमवर्क है आप. Don't be formally informal, but be informally formal. You will change the entire association, relationship, teaching, everything will change. What is that? I'm not explaining now. You please think about it. Now, every day, can you go with a puzzle, with a story, or with personal example? Something to catch. समझिए बहुत काम है, बहुत काम तो बहुत है. So just pull them. Ultimately, you may find 28, 27 minutes only out of 30 minutes, suppose class. You may find only 25 minutes. Doesn't matter. It will be very effective. thinking that the class is only 30 minutes online. I don't know how long you're teaching. Engage, encourage, and praise. Engage them, encourage them, and praise them. I know you all know these three terms very well. Just ask them, did you understand it? Okay, any questions? Encourage them, very good, no problem. You're doing better. You can do much more better. Nothing difficult. Like that. So practice sympathy and empathy both. This you have to practice. Now, friends, how to live in life? Bhagavan Krishna tells so beautiful this is. Very beautiful. Yasmano dvijate lokaha. Lokano dvijate chayaha. Harsham harsha bhayo dvegaihi. Mukto yassacha me priyaha. Yasmat na udvijate lokaha. He by whom the world is not agitated. Udvigna nahi hota. World is not agitated. Lokat na udvijate chayaha. Moreover, he is not agitated by the world. So that means what? I am not disturbing the world and I am not allowing the world to disturb me. Meaning how? I am not disturbed by the world, but I am not disturbing anyone. I don't cause any agitations in the people around me because of my presence. Very important. And I should not be agitated by the situations around. Harsha, amarsha, bhaya, udvegaihi muktaha. Freed from all these things, emotions. Joy, hatred, fear, etc. Muktaha, freed from all these things, emotions. Not like, sometimes joyful, immediately again crying, again happy, again unhappy, again happy, again unhappy. Buffeted. Buffeted. Such a man is dear to me, he says. Beautiful. So this we must practice. Check with this. Are you in the presence of teachers? Are co-teachers happy? Are people around you, the students are happy? Are they looking forward to your teachings, to your presence, even online? That's it. So this is the Bhagavan Krishna said, if you can live like this, no pandemic will create any problem to you. Pandemic they will come and go. But we will not create our special problems during pandemic. Second sloka, very important, is Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo mata. Beautiful sloka. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati. So seeing other person as an extension of your own self. He is like me only. She is like me only. So his or her sorrow is my sorrow. His or her joy is my joy. Like that, when the son is joyful, mother is joyful. Why? Mother sees no difference between herself and the son or daughter. Whether it is sukham or dukkham. Such a yogi is supreme. Same consciousness everywhere. Say he is also being. He has also hunger, thirst, Similar kinds of desires, similar kinds of problems. Such a great man is the highest yogi. This is also a very important sloka, which you know you will avoid conflicts. You cannot have any conflict with anyone. If others are different from you, then the problem comes. No, he is more superior. She is more this one, and she is so joyful. I am dukhi. She is very dukhi. I am happy. The conflicts. You are creating conflicts. And third important thing is, this is a Vidura Niti. Goodness, peace, contentment, and happiness. What are the keys? Yeko dharma param shreya. Kshama eka shantiruttama. Vidya eka parama drushtihi. Ahimsa eka sukhavaha. He gives 4 principles. Yeko dharma param shreya. Dharma means not religion here. Dharma means duty, righteousness, what you are supposed to do. Duties. Param shreya. If you do what you are supposed to do, it will bring you goodness. So what you do, dharma alone is the cause of highest good. Kshama eka shanti uttama shanti. Supreme peace is forgiveness. If you can forgive, you are peaceful. Otherwise, you take everything to your heart. Oh God, we cannot live life. Gurudev says, forgive and forget. Then your heart is peaceful. Somebody made a mistake. Forgive and forget about it. You can correct it, but don't again hold on why he did that mistake. Forgive that mistake. Correct him or her. If it is your duty to correct. In some places, we cannot correct also. Swamiji, who are you to interfere in my life? I'm sorry. I don't have any right to interfere in anybody's life. So somebody can protest, turn against me if I start interfering. But it's not my duty, no? Suppose you are a teacher and a student. If you have to interfere, you have to take action positively. You have to be optimistic. You have to be proactive. And forgiveness alone is supreme peace, I already told. Forgiveness. And third one is what? Vidya eka. Not drushti. Trupti should be there here. Sorry, type mistake. Vidya eka paramatrupti. Typing mistake. So contentment. Knowledge alone gives you contentment. You will be confident. Real knowledge you get, you are trupti, you got now. Happy. Ahimsa eka sukhava. Ahimsa is non-injury. You know ahimsa, Hindi. That alone gives you happiness. Don't hurt anybody. Forgive and forget. So if you can practice these 4, especially in these periods of pandemic time, nowadays, so this is a beautiful sloka I felt like sharing with you all. So can you connect with each child in the class? I'm not going to give you tips for that. You all know how to connect with each child. In a classroom, you can have eye contact, a smile, a little naughtiness. Look at the child and smile. That is enough. The teacher, boy understood. Oh, teacher is looking at me. In online also, if you can connect with each child, you know, actually you must have a strategy. Suppose, I don't know, I'm just giving a vague example. Suppose there are 35 to 40 students. You decide. You know what are the names of students who are supposed to attend your class. You mentally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will talk to them today. I'll inquire them. How about you? How about you? Take their names. Next day, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next day, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You plan it out. Apart from the necessary interactions or connections which may come out during the course of the talk, your teaching class, naturally, whatever it throws up, that's okay. That is respond. But particularly, you can also make a plan. Oh, this I will speak to them, this 5 people. So what to teach the students during pandemic, apart from the academics? How long? I think this academic year also gone. The third wave now fear. Third wave has to come. Vaccination has to be completed. I don't think this year also academic year will continue. Then online only will continue. No school coming because people are scared. They just can't sit in buses and play in the grounds and then sit close to each other. Eat lunch boxes. Canteen may cow, but kharid ke otherwise. But anyway, movement with people, it's all just scary. It's all scary. So, again, you prepare and go. Teach one value and one quote every day. You make about 365 quotes ready. Keep it. Google it out. Sayings of Swami Chinmayananda, a big will come. Sayings of Swami Vivekananda, so many things will come. Quotations from great masters. You just choose. Related to the children. Keep them ready. Ask them to write down. Ask them to maintain a book. Announce that quote. Balakrishna ji, don't talk better. I don't know how to use it. Balakrishna name is flashing here. Don't talk. Mute the mic. Teach one value, one quote. You can make. But when you prepare, the 30 minutes is a wonderful experience. Teach them how to remain in balance. Tell them, give them a clue. Remind them 10, 15 principles. Easy, remind them one day. Teach mind management. So this is a picture. The child is raising her hand. Make them comfortable, even online. And what are those things that they could live without having them during the lockdown? Ask them. So tell them, children, how great you are. You have left this, you have left that, you have left this, you have left that for so many months now. Ask them, what all they ask them to write down. What all they have left during the pandemic. It's a good, let them go through the past and then let them check their own mind. Oh, this I'm used to every month, every week pizza, no pizza now. Every 1 month movie I used to go, but no movie now. Every day I used to go to temple and pray, but now I have to pray only at home. Home is my temple, or church, or mosque. What new things they are learning during lockdown? We will ask them to share. See the beautiful picture, how the child is so, Ascharya prakatam, Ascharya ka bhav. And teach them compassion. Share with them. Tell them there are some naukar ke bachche honge. Share them with them something, food, some clothing, some whatever it is you can share. They're suffering people, give them something. And even in newspapers, we get to know suddenly a child has saved from would be given 2,000 rupees to Chief Minister's fund. Something as a kuch kabhi news aata rehta hai. Children from their kitty box, then they say give the money to them. Good coaching by parents. This is what I wanted to share with you all. I thank you all for patient listening. And may God bless you all. I have left 10 minutes now for Q&A. But interesting thing I tell you here, Nityananji was announcing, Swamiji will take questions. Bracket, he doesn't answer. Okay? So I will take questions. Nityananda Babaji will answer.
Thank you, Swamiji, for
Yes.
our deep gratitude to you for awakening, guiding, and empowering us with spiritual and very practical methods and approaches to deal with the present challenges in education and bringing strength, optimism, and resilience among students. Teachers have heard you, Swamiji, with great interest, and I'm sure many in the audience must be eager to interact with you. Keeping in mind the constraints of time at his disposal, it will not be possible for Swamiji to answer all the questions. But we are sure Swamiji would like to respond to a few questions. So I request the participants to ask their question. Anyone who would like to ask
There
any
is
question?
one question in the chat box. Take that up first.
Yeah, I'm reading it. Priyanka Gambhir. What is GGPS? Ganga Gurukulam?
Play school.
Play school. Okay.
Ji.
We can have an emotional intelligence session separately. That is a separate session. It can be taught. To the students who are talking, yes, it can be taught by practical demonstration. Or if you all want to learn, we can have a session sometime about emotional intelligence also. Okay. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you, Komal Khanna, for your comments. Thank you, Shalini ji. Shalini Singh. Okay, done. No other questions?
Swamiji, I have a question.
Amma, you have to ask simple question, please.
May I be permitted?
Yes, yes.
You know, as teachers, we are learning a lot of new things during the pandemic. One thing is becoming very clear to us, that without spiritual strength, we will not be able to handle anything. So spiritual education perhaps is much more important than what we are teaching, sciences and philosophy and whole lot of material education. And this spiritual education, I want to know how we can really transmit this spiritual education to the children, because we have to also make them spiritually very strong. Then only they would be. Pandemic taught us this. One has to face challenges.
You must say there is no other shortcut, Amma. Not occasional talks and all don't use. From first standard to, or even LKG to 12th standard, you must have a syllabus. You must have a syllabus to teach with them. And don't go by, the government may not allow. These all, your teaching value is very important. That don't bring into exam system that mode. Don't no exam for that. You can have internal exam if you want. But you must have a syllabus for it. LKG to 12th class, syllabus, spiritual syllabus. A compulsory class, weekly thrice. Teachers can really share. Teachers also will benefit, no? You must develop that kind of a modules. Oh, our culture, so many things are there. What can I say? So many things. So much. Ocean. Viduraniti you can take. Tirukkural, that in the English translation available from Tamil Nadu, that is available. And so many places in Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavad, and certain beautiful stories from other religions also you can take. Wonderful stories are there. In Bible, you take some beautiful stories, good statements are there, paradigms are there. Not paradigms, sorry, what you call parables are there. And bring them, all of them, and beautiful, make a wonderful thing and teach the children.
Wonderful.
Gita principles are there. Oh God, so many things.
Wonderful. Great.
It's a big work, you can develop for your school.
Sure.
Mrs. Walia, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. If Swamiji permits, I just want to know that how do we communicate this thing which I feel very...
Wait. I can't see you. Let them focus on you first. Okay, Rajya Lakshmi. Okay, tell me.
Swamiji, एक चीज, because at this moment we want to focus on self-responsibility among the children. Because एक anonymity है, एक disconnect है. So if थोड़ी सी हम उनको responsibility सिखा पाए, so we would go far in trying to connect with their spirituality. That this thing, how do we teach them to be responsible human beings? That they owe it to themselves and the other class.
As far as the present times are considered, you have to do the remote control teaching responsibility. Remote control. When is the remote control? What should you do then? You cannot teach like, be responsible. As a way, they can't understand. So you must appeal through stories, certain stories. You have to ढूंढना पड़ेगा. आपको Google out करके या किताब पढ़ के wonderful stories which will open up their hearts. But सुनते ही ना story, Shravanam is very important. It's a very powerful tool it is. When such a stories you teach, and that story captivating, and heart starts opening. No other way now. So you are not speaking. Then who will speak? The scripture speaks, the book speaks, the story speaks. So when but one thing, my dear, I say, आप लोग भी एक बात मैं कह देता हूँ. Without hard work, that's what I said, get the material done. All kinds of stories, anecdotes. Without hard work from your side, ये ऐसा नहीं होता. You are presenting a problem without most of the teachers in the world are not willing to put extra effort. What can I do? Solution de do. You know one thing? This presentation, but today also, I have added 2-3 slides, 4 slides I have added today for you people separately. Last time I spoke the same topic. I told Nitya, yaar bhai, new kya wohi bana dete hai, bana dunga, bata dunga. He said, okay. But then I felt in the morning, 1 hour before I sat, I made 3, 4, 5 slides, new slides. I said, for my freshness, for my freshness, for my upliftment I need. So I thought, Google, and I started thinking which sloka in Gita will be benefiting, and Viduraniti, which sloka is better for that. And 2-3 points from emotional intelligence also I brought down here. So you must work hard, no? For example, how it will silly it will be, I will not put extra effort, but teach me one sutra so that people will become responsible and attentive and dedicated and sincere and Ramba Sura list bana denge. Kaise hoga? One more thing I will tell you, impractical solution I will give you, impractical solution. If you want to teach responsibility, change them overnight, visit their houses, can you do it? Impossible. Each one is teaching 150, 200 students, 200 houses, jaoge, the fellow will change. Only to teach you this, I came to your house, do you know? Spending my petrol and time and the corona, the fear of corona also. I came to meet your family members. This is the report card for you, not marks. You cannot do it now. It's impractical solution. Therefore, only through stories, anecdotes, appeal to their hearts, visualize their heart is unfolding. like a flower. This is the yoga rahasya. You do it, then they find slowly they respond. And first bang, their heart won't open. It's banging, banging, banging. Sometime after 2, 3 months, 3, 4 months, they start slowly spandan. Lightly, they start vibrating. It's not easy. Spiritual progress is not easy. Okay, no shortcut for that. Sorry that I don't have an answer for that.
Swamiji,
Thank you, Swamiji.
Swamiji,
Thank you so much.
just wanted to, I was still contemplating on the homework you gave us just now, being formally informal and informally formal. So is it like informally formal related to something what you explained us last time, being attachment with detachment, and being informally formal related to something spontaneity? What is it?
Confusing, na, these words?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll demonstrate and I'll show you. You will understand. Formally informal. Now see, I am formally informal. How are you? Everything fine? Okay. Bye-bye. This is formally informal. Any heart contact? I demonstrate. A hostess smile. Formally informal. They have to smile. They're tired. One air hostess was sitting in one flight, that's the seat, opposite seat for them to sit in a big Air India flight. I was landing. She looked at me. I just, out of that entire love, I said, are you tired? She said, if I land, she said, yes, she said. Till then, she was smiling, supplying food and collecting the plates, responding, and get tired. If you really smile, why should you get tired? And then she asked me, "Aapko haath dekhna aata hai?" I said, "Amma, I don't know. Dekhna to aata hai, padhna nahi aata hai." That too, she was so, inspired to ask, "Baba ji mil gaya to पूछ लेंगे, खुद बोल देंगे कि नई नौकरी मिल जाएगी कहीं, promotion and all." They're suffering, बिचारे बच्चे. They're all children only, no. How much years of 20, 22, 23, 24? Bache. So, what is that? Formally informal. Teachers are formally informal. Certain times they're more formally informal. Informally formal. Very, very casually I'm asking. But there is the formal approach is there, but it is hidden. Suppose, for example, कैसे है रे तू? सब ठीक है? All fine ना? चलो जाओ बेटा. ना जो पूछना है पूछ भी लिया. Informally ask. Homework किया है कि नहीं? Did you do your homework? The tone, the approach becomes so formal. So this you have to contemplate more. So become all formal. The rules and regulations you follow. Informally formal. Some speakers are formally informal. Some are informally formal. You don't even, I learned this in my profession from somebody about 35 years back. That gentleman who was my boss, very, very, I asked her, Maharaj, ye to kya hai? Then I framed out this kind of a word. These two words have just struck me about a couple of years back. I will tell you two more words today. You can contemplate. One is obliged commitment. You are all committed. Perhaps most of you, or some of you, or many of you, or all of you are committed under obligation. Whether it is principal, vice principal, or teachers, or a naukar, or a Sabha Swami also. Suppose I am obliged, one commitment I have. I am under commitment, under obligation. क्या करना पड़ेगा? कब तक पता चलेगा? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm ready, ma'am. Always ready. Behind smile also we get angry sometimes. So obliged commitment, it's under obligation. Second one, inspired commitment. These two words I normally use for some managers training and all. Commitment by inspiration. No, children, suppose an elderly person was asked to sing a bhajan or anything, any song. He may oblige. Suppose a child sings, there is no obligatory commitment there in child singing. Either he sings, it doesn't mean if he sings, he's inspired. He sings loudly with a full heart and joyful. Or he may say, that's it, no commitment at all. He will not sing. If he sings, he will sing with inspiration. Have you seen Chinese children? Whether it is a rhyme or a song or a poem or a bhajan or anything, you feel a liveliness in them. They are inspired. With inspiration, they commit. Their commitment is there. Now, are you all listening? I am sure not all of you are inspired to listen. Because how can 100% will be inspired commitment? Impossible. Most of you are obliged to listen under pressure, of your own pressure. So friends, you have to be inspiringly committed, not commitment under obligation, for which spiritual outlook is necessary. To go beyond your salary, beyond your routine, to go beyond your time and all that. No. To say something, to embrace the universe with your extraness. Whatever extra is commitment, love, compassion, beauty. Then that out of the spiritual value, that inspired commitment will come. Because you are not working for a company. You are working for yourself. You are working for humanity. You are working for so many things, so many people. So your entire drishti is changed. That's why I always say, be loyal to work. As long as you are working in an organization, be loyal. Suppose as long as I am talking, I must be loyal to all of you, no? I cannot talk half-heartedly. I should not agree to talk, that's it. If I agree, I have to be inspired. With inspired commitment, I must dedicate my time for the teachers of Patanjali. Because I accepted it. Who asked you to accept the invitation otherwise? Time waste, your time waste and my time waste. So, obligation is, bolna pad raha hai, karna pad raha hai, kya kare. These two words also, you please think about it more.
Swamiji, I see 2 more questions in the chat box. Shall we go for it?
कब तक चलेगा ये आपका सेशन बताओ पहले. बोलो, don't worry, बोलो.
Here is one from Miss Priyanka Gambhir.
I am reading Shraddha Gupta's comment and then Preeti Singh, Akanksha Pandey, Vandana Agarwal, thank you all. Okay, being a teacher, we are developing the intelligence quotient among the students, but how to develop emotional quotient? Very simple here. I'm using one word, lovingly love. What do you mean lovingly love? Meaning what? Don't show love. Be real, truly love. Love them. Because how you deal with your children at home. What kind of confluence of energies that take place between you and child at home? Can you bring same way along? And be simple in communication. Be open. And such an informal way you interact. Yeah, for example, one student is running behind you. Teacher, yes. Don't give that pose, Simple thing. Okay, beta, bolo, sab theek hai? Anything you want to understand? Anything? You put the other person in comfort. By demonstrating, you can teach EQ. EQ means what? sympathy, understanding, love, kindness, these qualities to be imbibed, sensitivity. So when these things are understood, definitely you can grow. You can teach them because you cannot have a session on emotional intelligence for them. Demonstrate it, they will change. Pakka, 100% guarantee. Sarvani bhutani abhivanchanti. Such a being is liked by all other beings. They all come around you. Okay. Okay.
Swamiji, here is another question from Ms. Priyanka Gambhir. Please guide on how we can be more proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was there.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
See, again, I'm telling you, my dear, please don't misunderstand me. Love is the answer. Wherever true love is there, you will not react there. You are proactive. If you think that they are other than me, they are students, or anybody is other than me, then you react. How much mother demonstrates patience at home? Very rarely she may become impatient. Especially when babies. Oh God, what an amount of patience they show in raising the child. They are never reactive. Child may react. He may throw the plate, food plate. He may throw the entire roti or sabji, dal, chawal, whatever it is, throw it. He may kick the plate. That every child does it. The child mother looks at him. Sometimes he may break, but then I'm not talking of occasional things. But majority of the time, 99.99% of time, mother looks at him, never talks, goes again, another plate she brings. You want to eat or not? Does it happen or not? So same principle of love if you bring, definitely you can develop this. You can be less reactive, and become more proactive. No other way. Universal love. Sat Sai Baba used to give simple formulas. He says, love all, serve all. One principle. Second thing is, help ever, hurt never. Beautiful principle. Help ever, hurt never. Love all, serve all. That's it. Be patient. I think you will learn a lot. So I'm reading all the comments and thanks and all that. So thank you all.
So, Swamiji, if you allow, I would like to ask one question.
Simple question, Pujana.
Yes. We talked about the spiritual education, and of course, the purpose of education, what I feel is the spiritual development of the student. What the teachers first, because teachers are going to impart that spiritual education. So what we expect from the teachers, that we have to develop spiritually strong and spiritually mature. So some basic indicators, Swamiji, that where we have to put our effort or we have to move forward in that direction.
Okay. I'll give you homework. All of you start reading autobiographies of great saints and sages. Everyone. That motivates you all to do great things. Then only we will get how they live, how they demonstrated values, how they faced the difficulties, how they worked, how they led a non-reactive life. Read those books. The There are so many autobiographies are there. Very great autobiographies. Take it. Read them. Get inspiration. Then you feel that one day I should be like that. One day I should be like that. Okay. That's the only simple answer. भैया यहाँ पे मैं ना आप मुझे जो कुछ भी मुझसे पूछ रहे हो, I am not giving you any formula. मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. Every question means answer is equal to effort only.
Thank you, Swamiji. So on behalf of Patanjali Group of Schools, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Pujya Swamiji for being with us and showering on us thy love, compassion, and excellence. I'm sure that today's session has provided insight to the teachers for their attitudinal change and innovative and spiritual approaches to meet the present-day challenges with positivity and thus to move forward with professional excellence. I take this opportunity to thank the members of the management of Patanjali Group of Schools, especially Honorable Krishna Ma'am, who inspired us to organize today's session for benefit of the educators. I also thank all the fellow principals for their contribution in making the program successful. Thanks to Shri Surendra Devidiji for being with us. Last but not the least, I thank all the educators for their active participation and the technical team for online support and smooth conduction of the program. And with this, we come to the end of today's session. We will close the session with Shanti Mantra. I request Mrs. Shikha Gupta and Mrs. Shwarya to chant the Shanti Mantra. Hari Om.
Thank you all and wonderful teachers and Krishna Amma and Nityananji.
Thank
One
you.
and all, may God bless you all. May we all sail through these terrible times by His grace without any problems and retaining our health. Thank you. Shall I leave now?
Thank you,
Thank you,
Swamiji.
Swamiji. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Leaving now. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Hari Om.
Hari Om, everyone. One.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.